Hey, what's up, guys? Now we're live with YouTube with King Geo. I went through YouTube and it just froze the crap out of me. Now this light makes me look like a ghost. There we go, a little bit. It's not the best light. This light up here, it's not working. You see the one? I have to buy another one. And I went to Walmart and I went to Lowe's and neither of them have it. And now I'm gonna drive all the way down to Virginia just for a light bulb. So tomorrow I will do it. Now let's talk. Today's Monday. Let's talk. I was before I came onto the show. I was watching the Jerry Springer show. It's been a while that I watched the Jerry Springer show. We all have watched Jerry Springer. We all love Jerry Springer, right? Jerry. So I was watching this kid before I came to my life, and this kid said, "Jerry, I'm straight, but I'm not gay." Meaning that he was seeing this girl, but he has attraction to this other guy. He can't see himself with he cannot see himself with a guy. He can see himself doing things with a guy, but he cannot see himself being in a relationship with a guy. And he says, "But Jerry, but I'm not gay. I'm straight. Sometimes I get feelings for guys, but I'm not gay." Okay, you're not gay. What do you guys think? Is he gay or is he not gay? He could be bisexual, but to say that you don't see yourself gay only sometimes, but you're not. That's what he said. I'm sometimes, but I'm not gay. Okay, no problem. Well, today's live is going to be something interesting because as we've been talking about what's going on in politics and all that kind of crap. Yesterday you saw, or the day before yesterday, you saw the fool of the clown who was our president of the United States in Ohio. Instead of campaigning for the person he was supposed to campaign for, I think it was Gonzalez, whatever the case may be, he kept saying the same rhetoric over and over again about how the elections were stolen. Same story you're gonna hit for this man for the next year and a half. But anyway, so as he was babbling through that, I was looking at something that caught my eye. Is that are you aware of the human trafficking that goes around in this country? Are you aware of that? Yesterday, I'm gonna look it up now so I can show you. Came a disturbing note that I saw of states how they rank in human trafficking, and it really is disturbing. I'm going to show you. I think Florida was number 10, Georgia was number 5, something like that. Let me see. No news. Okay. See, Facebook could be held liable for sex trafficking on its platform. Court rules. 13 hours ago, 7 charged in an undercover sex trafficking operation in Nashville. But there was here. Let me show you something. Was here about the ten top cities where human trafficking is here in the United States, and that is disturbing because you don't think human trafficking here in the United States. You think of human trafficking as other countries like Mexico, Haiti, Russia, China. That's what you see. That's what you see. You would think that's what human trafficking would be, not here in the United States. Um, and it's scary because you have to be careful where you let your kids go. You have to be careful who you let your kids with. You have to be careful how your kids use the internet. The internet is a very powerful tool for pedophiles. Um, that's how they get their prey. And if you're a parent and you're not being vigilant, um, these predators will come to your kids, and it's kind of scary because you have young kids who don't know any better, who they think they're talking to another child. I mean, they think they're talking to another kid or someone their age. And when they come, think about it. You have your 10, your 12-year-old talking to a grown 20, 30, 40, or 50-year-old. And it's very important that you monitor what your kids do online. They may say, oh, you may say, I don't want to invade their privacy. You may say that, or they may say, Mom and Dad, you're invading my privacy, but you're not invading their privacy because you want to make sure that you know who they are talking to, that there's nothing obscene in the conversation, nothing perverted. It's being transmitted and transferred or transmitted from one conversation to another. Those are the things that we have to look at. And me personally, when I was raising up my daughter, I always looked at her phone. I didn't care what she wrote, who she wrote with, but I made sure that the people that she wrote to were people her age. And I saw something that if she was talking to someone who's older than her, and then I would say no, that you're not going to do that, because you have to understand that the mind of a child is still growing, and it's underdeveloped. And the kids will be kids, and kids will say, "Oh, I'm growing up already. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to get caught up in it." And they end up getting caught up. And how it becomes how human trafficking becomes so popular in the underworld is runaway teens. Teenagers can't take it in their homes, and they decide to run away, thinking that running away will solve the problem. I mean, I don't know what situation a teen goes through. It could be anything. It could be that they're being mistreated at home, they're being abused at home, both physically and mentally. Anything that's going to be detrimental to them, so they decide to run away. Because there isn't. You see, this is the funny thing about the United States of America, is that here you have campaigns, you have people crying, gun violence. You have people crying about police officers abusing. You have all these things going on. You have people talking about the elections are being stolen, but you don't hear the media talk about human trafficking. You don't hear the media about talking about abuse in the family. You don't hear the media talk about what's going on in today's society, other than gun violence, voter fraud. Because I guess these things of trafficking, it's not newsworthy, I guess, to them. And we have to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, we're living in a world where people are evil. They really are. And if you don't watch over your kids, the state's not going to do it. And then if something happens to your kids, and then you're responsible, they arrest you for child neglect, for child neglection, and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird that we live in a society nowadays, or at least in this country, because I don't know about other countries, that can promote hate, right? Can say there is no systemic racism, can say all this kind of stuff, but yet you don't see a commercial, you don't see no one standing in the news, or you don't see no one taking a platform and say, you know what, human trafficking in this country is really, really affecting us. This is doing that. It's amazing. That's why I like the Ricky Martin Foundation, because the Ricky Martin Foundation, he focuses a lot on human trafficking. But no one knows. That's the other thing. No one knows too much about the Ricky Martin Foundation, because it's not out there. So that's something that you guys should look into. You guys should look into the Ricky Martin Foundation. Look into what his organization does, and how you can help as an individual. How you can help the Ricky Martin Foundation. I'm assuming, I haven't looked into it, but I'm assuming they help people find their places, or whatever it is. They're there to help victims, and probably teach you not to be a victim, and prevent you to become a victim, because it all starts in the home with home trafficking. When I say this, because that's when they run away. That's when they run away from the house. In other countries, they just go into the house and they take you. It's either you owe money, or they just want to take you because that's their thing of doing, and you never see the kids again. So we have to be aware of our surroundings. We have to be aware. We have to teach our kids not to go with anybody. Teach your kids, some phrases as if, let's just say, a stranger goes up to you and say, "Hey, your mommy told me to pick you up." And tell them, what's today's word? What's today's color? Not color, because color's too easy. What's today's word? What's today's phrase? Something like that only you and your child knows. like officers when they come into a scene and someone says, "Oh, I'm an officer of this precinct," they go, "What's the color of the day?" And if they're on, if they're undercover, they go, "What's the color of the day?" And that's how they know if that person is an officer or not, because they all know that the color of the day today is blue or yellow or purple. You know. So it's very, very important that you that you talk to your kids. You have an open relationship with your kids, and let them know that you're there for them no matter what. Um, that you say, let the kids know that you're a little bit stern, only because you're stern because you want the best for them. And that kid doesn't see it right then and then, but later on in life, they would see it. They really would. I've seen a lot of kids who I've grown up with who are stubborn as kids. We were stubborn as kids, and they grow up and they tell their parents, I appreciate what you did to me. All those times that you yelled at me, you screamed at me, and you whipped my little butt with little chancleta, sandal, chancleta, we say in Spanish. That made me the man or woman that I am today. If it wasn't for those hard learned lessons, I would have never been where I am today. So they appreciate that. I'm not saying go abuse your kid, hell no. But a little discipline goes a long way. Okay. One thing I want to talk today, I was watching this gentleman on TikTok, and he's a black guy who teaches in Japan, right? He teaches in Japan, and he said that his kids always talk to him about why is he brown, right? Why is he brown? Why is he brown? Why is he brown? And you have two people commentated and said, why those kids calling you brown? I mean, don't they shouldn't they know the difference? Shouldn't they be? Isn't that judging? And he teaches kindergarten, and he said, hey, are those kids just judging you? And I was like, what a stupid comment. I mean, think about it. Why would you even ask stupid? Why would you make a comment like that? You're living in a country, in Japan, or just say any country, but we're talking about Japan. You live in a country where these kids are used to seeing white people, white Chinese people. So that's all they see is white. They don't see black Chinese. They don't see Hindu Chinese. They don't see brown Chinese. They see white. So when they say, did you do chocolate? Do chocolate? I like chocolate. So when they see a person of another color, right, they're going to be curious. And they're not saying it the way an adult would say, like, oh, you black. No, they're saying, why are you black? Why are you chocolate? Because they never see that. They may see it on TV. And I don't even think they see it on TV, because on TV, all they see is Japanese TV. But to make a comment like that, it's really stupid. Kids are kids. Kids are curious. Kids want to learn. So it's like you go to Africa and you go into a place where they've never seen white men before, and the white man answers. They're gonna be like, "Oh, why you white? Why you white? Why you white?" They're not gonna say the kids are racist. No, you're not gonna say the kids are racist. You're gonna say the kids never seen a white person before, so they're curious. There's nothing wrong with that. So why would you even make a comment to say that those kids are being disrespectful, but they're calling you black or they're calling you brown? No, they're curious. They've never seen a black person before. That is the most dumbest thing. I was going to say stupidest thing in the world, but I don't like that word. That word does not exist. I scratch my back. So that's, so it's kind of cool that I see, when I asked him, but he never answered me, that it's kind of cool that I see him teaching in Japan, because he has his own apartment. He has his own little bike. You see the streets of Japan. It's like the streets of any country, but they're clean. And I asked him, why did you go to Japan? But he never answered me. Why do you teach in Japan? But that's a stupid question to ask, right? Because you knowing me at my age, I should know why he's in Japan. He doesn't want to teach here in the United States because it's not gratifying. Back in the days, it was fun. It really was. It was fun teaching even in the United States. Um, to become a teacher, I gotta give them credit because to be a teacher, it's not something that you say. I'm gonna go to school because I want to become a teacher. I want to just to become a teacher. You become a teacher because that's what you enjoy. You love working with kids. You love working with people, and it's a gift. It really is a gift because kids can some kids can be ruthless, and nowadays kids don't respect teachers. They scream at teachers. They yell. They even go toe with teachers. Um, so it's kind of hard, but I applaud all teachers around the world because it's a hard job and it takes dedication. For a person, you can want to say, I want to be a baseball player, or I want to be this, I want to be that. Okay, cool. But when you wake up and you say you want to be a teacher, that's a gift. And you have to respect that because they go out there, they study their 4 years of college or whatever the case may be to become a teacher just so they can teach you. So that they can teach your kids. And sometimes it's not even worth it because your kids are rude, your kids are uneducated, they have no etiquette at all, and they think they know it all. And the one thing I was thinking about today, and I just noticed this, and this is kind of sad at my age, but it's good to learn. I came from a very prestige high school, and I didn't think about this until the other day. I love history, and the majority of history that I learned here in the United States, it's white history. It's white history. The only thing that I've learned in black history was Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Malcolm X. That's it. That's it. There was no books about a black electrician. There was no books about black sailors. There was no books about black inventors. There was no book about Hispanic inventors. There was no book about nothing Hispanic, nothing black. It was just all, the history is all white. All white. We're taught that the United States of America was discovered, or whatever the case may be, by Christopher, the lesson Antiochus, was discovered by Christopher Columbus, right? White man. We're taught that the Pilgrims came to this country because they wanted to express freedom. I mean, they wanted to express themselves, the religion freedom, right? But yet they don't teach us how they got to this country. They don't teach us how they took over this country when this country was run by Mexico and was run by Native Americans. They don't teach you how is it that the English came over and they raped women here and they enslaved people here. They don't teach you none of that. You know about black history because of the slaves, but you don't know about inventions. You don't know about what people actually did in America. Black people, we don't know that because they didn't teach us that in school. They don't teach, to this day, they don't teach that in school. I saw a committee the other day in Washington, D.C., where they want teachers to teach a certain amount, a certain type of social study, but they don't want the kids to learn about slavery. They don't want the kids to learn about black history. They don't want none of that, and that's pretty shame. That's a shame because, to be honest with you guys, no black kid can grow up in America and just know that everything that has happened in the United States of America was done by white. All right, because if that black kid or the Hispanic kid or whatever the case may be wants to be, wants to be inspired, they want to be inspired by someone that they can associate themselves with. No black kid can associate themselves with no black kid can associate themselves with Thomas Edison. We're taught that Thomas Edison invented this, Thomas Edison invented that, but in reality, most of Thomas Edison's inventions were stolen. And they don't teach you that in high school. They don't teach you that in school. The Good Things. If you watch that movie, The Good Things, I didn't know that movie, that those 4 black females in that movie from the 70s, they were mathematicians. They were the one that helped NASA decipher and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know that because they didn't teach us that. You know, so we have to get in school. If you're going to teach history, history has to be taught in a way that um, history has to be mixed. You teach black, you teach white history, you teach English history, you teach everything because to be honest with you, uh, Christopher Columbus was not the first one to land in America. Well, number one, he never landed in the United States. He just went to the Caribbean. And he was not the first one to land in Puerto Rico and all that. There were other ships way before the Chinese, the Swiss, I mean, not the Swiss, Denmark. There were a lot of ships before him. And yet, we celebrate a day of Christopher Columbus. And then we only got one day. We celebrate Martin Luther King Day. And that's it. And the rest are all white holidays. Ain't that something? But I didn't think about that until today. I said, wow, we really are not taught about good history. It's just their history. Did you know, which I didn't know, did you know that when the slaves were free, they were supposed to get reparations, but they didn't get reparations. They were supposed to get land. They never did get land. The white man, the white slave owner, asked the states for reparation because the slaves were free. So they asked for reparation because of lost wages or whatever, lost property. Can you imagine that? The audacity of these assholes saying that they want reparation because they lost their property, which was the black man. That is some balls. And how can you think about it? How can you admire people like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, John Quincy Adams, James Madison, James Monroe? How can you admire people like that when all those people were slave owners? All of them. How can you admire something like that? How can you say that George Washington was the best president that ever lived? How can you say Thomas Jefferson was the best president that ever lived? How can you say this until Abraham Lincoln? How can you say any of those presidents were the best, man? What's up, John? Yeah, Sheba's going up. So how can you say that when it's nothing? The history of America is foolery. It's a shameful one. It really is. It's a disgrace. I mean, yes, we've done a lot of great things now. But before, no. And even now, is that we have a black eye with all the racism that's going on, with all the police brutality that's going on, with all those school shootings, with all the mass shootings, everything. That's a black eye and everything. Yes, John, Shiba Inu right now, yeah, it's been going on for the past day and a half. Let me see. Shiba Inu, it's up 50 million soon. Shiba swap. I got 103 million. I'm up. I'm on my Shiba. I'm up. This is my Shiba. So I'm up 135. I got 103 million Shiba going. All we need, to be honest, you don't need Shiba to hit $1. You don't need Shiba to hit a penny. You need Shiba to lose some zeros and you'll make money. Now the question is, when will you pull out? That sounded so weird, right? When are you going to pull out? I got a crazy mind. Yes. Hey, guys, listen, don't forget, I am trying my best. I am doing a different platform now. This is why I called it the King Geo Show, because I am trying to get some guests. And I've been reaching out to some of these people's publicists. So we just hope and pray that they can come out. Because I'm trying to do like a Jimmy Fallon, stuff like that, like a David Letterman kind of type of show, but on the web, right? Once I have enough followers and if I can get some guests and my subscribers go up, I want to go do podcasts. But doing podcasts is different from doing this, because doing this right now, if I can get a guest, I can get a guest one-on-one, and we can do a live instead of doing a podcast where the person has to come to my house or to my studio, and I don't think they're going to do that. So anyway, but that's what I'm trying to do now. I've gotten in contact. I'm not going to say the names of the artists that I've been contacting, but I've got in contact with some artists and some actors, and I'm trying to see what the publicist says. So that's the platform that I want to lead on to. All right, Bone is going to be the new coin, but I'm not interested in Bone. I'm not going to do anything with Shiba Inu. I'm not going to stake it. I'm not going to do anything. I want everybody to do their own thing. All I want is a couple of zeros, and that's it. I'm here to pay off my house, maybe buy another house, give some money to my kids, and that's it. I'm not here. I'm not greedy. I don't want me. I mean, if it goes up into the millions, amen. And if it don't, I'm satisfied with the smallest things of life, man. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to take nothing with us when we die. I just want to make sure that my kids are taken care of. All my kids, my boys, my girls. And that's it. That's all that matters to me. So it's going to be kind of hard for Shiba Inu to hit $1. I'm not saying it's impossible. It probably won't happen this year, and it could happen this year. I don't know. Dogecoin was nothing before. Yeah, a couple of thousand. Because look, if I wake up tomorrow and my Shiba Inu says you got $5,000, I'm gonna take out that $5,000 and I'm gonna let what I put in. So let's just say you put in $500, right? In your account, now you got $3,000. So you take $2,500 for yourself. That's your profit, and you leave the $500. You leave what you started off with. Okay, that's how you do it. I've read people that say that they started off with $200, they went up to $80,000, and now they got nothing. That's called greed. Get what you can. I mean, to go from $200 all the way to $80,000, then to go back, no, you always gotta take your profits. Do not be greedy, because the game of this game is very harsh. This game will eat you up and spit you out. You'll be happy 1 minute, the next minute, boom, you could be down. So if you made a couple of hundred, maybe depending on how you need, but if you make yourself a couple of $1,000 from an initial payment of $200 or $300, take the winnings and just leave what you started off with and let it ride again. That's what I would do, but that's what I've been trying to do. So crypto coin is good. You just gotta. The best thing that I can tell you that I'm learning, and what I'm telling you is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I've learned. So don't go out there and do it. Everybody that I see talking about the coin went up by 50,000 subscribers. Well, right now Shiba Inu has like 557,000 subscribers. Not subscribers, holders. So, but my experience is this: you gotta study crypto, and from what I've learned, the best way to make money in crypto is when you get in early. And getting early means, like, I got this thing called Trident. Trident just came out the day before yesterday, and I got like 3 billion. I think it's 3 billion coins, 3.6 billion coins, and it has not been yet. It doesn't have a logo. It's not done with CMC yet. But once it's done with CMC and it goes to other platform, knock a couple of zeros down and you're good. But you're getting it. The thing to do is to get these coins before they hit a platform, because once they hit a platform, everybody gets it, right? But if you can get it, like if you know the coin and you do your research on that coin, and you say, "Oh, that coin is good," because you gotta be careful that they don't rug pull you. You know what I'm saying? That you put all this money, and also, like I said, it's only financial advice. Don't put money that you're not willing to lose. If you got $100 and that's your rent money, don't do it. If you got $100 that's your baby's money, don't do it. But if you have $100 that you can waste, you're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna take this $100 and I'm gonna buy a PlayStation game. No, don't buy a PlayStation game. Put it in a crypto. All right. So at least if you lose that $100, you lose it. But You can afford. Okay, the words is don't invest money you're not willing to lose. Okay, so if you lose $100, then that's okay. I invested $1,000. And I said to myself, this is what I can play with. $1,000. So if I lose $1,000, that's okay with me. That's okay with me. You know, but you have to be careful. Um, I've seen people that go in and buy coins with $80 and they make tons of money, but that's because they bought in early. When you buy it early before it hits the platform, that's when you make the money. So you can put $80 in the coin, could be 0, and then everybody that's buying goes boom, 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 and you see the 80 goes to 100, 200, 300, 400. Before you know it, you got 5,000. So even before it reaches another platform and you got $10,000 in it, boom, you pull out the $9,950 and you leave 50 behind because that's what you start off with, right? But that's what you do before it hits a platform. That's what I've been told, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I did with this one, with Trident. They came out yesterday. Like I said, it still hasn't hit CMC. They say maybe that could take days or that could take weeks. It all depends. But in the meantime, people are buying, and when it does become official and it has the CMC, boom. Also, if you get a chance, do Baby Doge. I bought in Baby Doge. I have a Baby Doge. I have 46,530,339,092 coins. So I put in, I think it was, I put in 50 from what the gas fee. It was like 46. So I got $61. So now it may seem a lot, right? But if I can keep, if more, the Baby Doge is good. So the more zeros that goes away, the more people put in, and the more coins get burnt, that goes up. And if this bitch is $2,000, boom, I'll take $2,000 out. But at least with 5Gs, I can pay off my house for a year. I don't have to work for mortgage for a year, and that gives me enough time to save up, boom, because I want to get out of the house next year. That's my idea. Yeah, that's what you gotta pay. Some gas are high, some gas are low. It all depends. But that's the one thing with crypto. You have to find out which is the best gas for you. Because when you send people tokens, that's another thing. They catch you with the gas. You know, so that's the way it is. But yeah, you also got Baby Doge, bro. I got Baby Doge. I got Safe Moon. Go to BTC and pop. What's that? Is that good? Because check Trident out, TRIDENT. You gotta buy that. You gotta buy that through PancakeSwap. I got usually on Trident. I got 3 trillion, 3,605,297,295 coins or tokens, which I was trying to do, and free altcoin. Okay, and like Doge, Baby Doge is for puppy lovers because they donate $75,000 to PetSmart, not PetSmart, a pet organization. Yes, I forgot what you know, porn something. So they donated $75,000 to a pet organization. So that's good. So it's more. They're into the pet friendly. There's a lot of people who love pets. And if you could do that and you can make money and donate for pets, people love that. Trident, from what I understand, they're more of an advocate for the sea. They want a cleaner ocean. So everything that they make, from what I understand, from what I read, is dedicated to the environment of the ocean, to our environment. So that's that one. But if you guys can make money on crypto, do it. If you can spend $50 on crypto, go for it. You never know. Just let it ride. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, sell. You're only paying $50. You're not putting in $10,000. You're not putting in $20,000. You're not putting in your life savings. You're just putting dollars, a couple of dollars that you will lose, that you were going to spend anyway. Maybe you're going to buy a pack of cigarettes. But damn, take that pack of cigarette money, leave it for a week, Take that weak money and put it into a crypto. Make money. Let that little crypto make money for you. And with Dogecoin, with Baby Doge, you get a percentage of. I think you get 5% back when people buy or sell. That's not bad, but you got to multiply the 5 times everybody else is doing the same thing you're doing. It's not going to be a lot, but it's something. You know, if every day I saw a guy yesterday on Telegram, he said his coin was making him $40 a day. I mean, that seems a lot, right? $40 a day. Well, you multiply 40 times 7, right? That's 280. That's $280 a week for doing nothing. That's not bad. That's what you call passive income. That's not bad at all. Think about that. So now where were we before? So we're talking about history. Now I'm going to talk about something that's very important. Tomorrow I want to make a video. I want to go live, and I want to talk about bullying because I have a friend whose son in California is being bullied because he has HDAD, and I don't like that. And calling him names and all that kind of stuff, and that's not good. He loves the Dodgers, and I'm in the Dragons, something like that. If anybody knows anything about the Dodgers, knows someone from the Dodgers, let me know so they can give him a at TikTok, so I can give them the mother's TikTok, so they can give a shout out. So that'll be good. Put the headphones on. Yo, starting tomorrow, if you guys want to call in, give me a call and we'll talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Don't be shy, King Gio, don't bite. Sometimes. Yes. So who's out there today? Have you seen my videos about that officer in upstate New York who hit the back of a car? It catapulted the young 11-year-old girl to her death. No, bullying is no good. I mean, what possesses a kid to bully another kid? I mean, I was bullied when I was a kid, and I put my bully I had to stop him. Which if I would have told my dad would have kicked his ass. But that was not my dad's battle; it was my battle. You know, but a lot of kids don't take too good to bullying. I've seen kids commit suicide at the age of 10. I didn't see, but I've read kids commit suicide at the age of 10, 11 years old because they were either bullied at school or they were bullied on the internet. And that's not good. And that's why it's very, very important that one has an open relationship with their kids. This way, when your son or daughter has something and they need to tell you that they don't have that need, they say to themselves, I cannot talk to mom and dad. I don't have no one to turn to. The school's not doing anything. I feel afraid to tell the school because, I don't know, they might think I'm a snitch or they think I'm a girl or what it can be. That's why it's important to have that open relationship with your son or daughter. So when things like this happen, your son or daughter can come to you and say, Mom and Dad, this is happening to me in school. I'm being bullied. There's a lot of men out there who tell their kids, men don't cry. If I see you crying, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And that's no good because you're creating an insecure little young man that when that young man needs to face his problems or the young woman needs to face her problem, they're not going to do it because Dad said men don't cry. And that's not good. You know, insecurity for anyone, for any man or woman, boy, girl, it's not good. You know, so you sit down with your child, you talk to your child. What's up, Blanche? You talk with your child, and you let the child know, you know, what's going on. That you can talk to your child. Your child can talk to you anytime you want to. It can be 4:00 in the morning, and you have something to talk to your child. Let your child wake you up and say, "Yeah, Dad, this happened to me." Blah blah. Always have your doors open for your kid and for your daughter. And that's what we fail sometimes as parents. That we don't open the doors to our kids, because our parents never opened the doors to us, right? So we don't know how to do something. we can't do something that we don't know how. And that's why I pride myself in, because I'm very different from my parents. Always have been, always will be. And I had to raise my daughter on my own. And I was very, very, very not strict. My daughter and I did everything together. But when it came to do certain things, what's up, Antonio Davis? When it came to do certain things with my daughter, I did not let her do, because I knew how things were going to be, or I know how boys are and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, once they reach a certain age, you gotta let them go and let them do their own mistakes, right? But in that meantime, I had to protect my daughter. My mother left. Her mother didn't want anything to do with her daughter, so I had to play that role. From my daughter, she's 19 now, from 10 months old all the way to the age of 18. So that was my role. I was both mommy and daddy, which I loved it. I really did. I had a good time with my daughter. She beat me several times in miniature golf when we were on a cruise. I let her because she was a kid. Let me stop. She beat me because I cannot play golf at all. But at least I tried. I didn't even miniature golf. But I tried. I gave it to her. I tried. But it was a good experience. And I was always open with my daughter. My daughter and I talked everything. I talked to my daughter about sex education. I taught my daughter about transmitted disease. I talked to my daughter about condoms. I talked to my daughter about safe sex. I talked to her about everything, and I always told her, whenever you have something, a decision to make, like having sex, come talk to me. Which that never happens anyway. No kids are gonna talk to their parent about sex, but at least or at least they know that door is open. Most kids don't do that because their parents be like, especially Hispanic parents. If you get pregnant, you're gonna get out the house. And when your daughter does get pregnant, so she's afraid to tell you because, mommy, you're gonna throw me out the house. Instead of talking with your daughter and saying, when you're gonna have sex, you have to have responsibility, use condoms, blah blah. Because you can't take that away from them. You have, if you don't want the school to talk sex to your kids or teach them about the what responsibility comes with having sex, then you should teach them and let them know. And at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. But you let them know, and then they know that they can come talk to mom or dad and say, "Hey, mom, listen, I made a mistake. I got pregnant. Blah 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 blah." And then you sit down with your daughter. You say, "This is going to happen." The same thing with the boy. If your son gets a girl pregnant, then you sit down with your son and say, "Listen, this is what we're going. This is what we're going to do." There's no need to chastise the boy or yell at him and say, "What you did? You ruined your life. You're only too young." There's no need to say that. The damage already done. Just be with your son and daughter. Be their shield and let them know that you're there for them. We all make mistakes. So that's very important. That's very important to always have that open relationship with your sons and daughters. And that prevents also what I was talking about earlier about human trafficking. It prevents them from running away from home. It prevents them from, I prefer my daughter coming to me, talking to me at that time than talking to a friend. So. Oh, we're doing good, John. We're doing good. Thank you for asking, bro. Thank you for asking. We're good. Today was 90 degrees. I did my grass. I love doing grass. As you get older in life, you start to appreciate life more. Because when you're young, you just want to have fun. What you consider fun for everybody is different. And you're having out there, you're in clubs and you're drinking, you're doing that. When you get to a certain age, the simplest things that you see on TV that you say to yourself, "I never do that," you end up doing it when you get to a certain age. So cutting grass to me every 2 weeks becomes my little zen, becomes my little sigh of relief because I see the grass up, and then when I see that it's all smooth and you can see all the green, you're like, it looks real nice. And you're like, "Oh, see you in 2 weeks." But it gives you satisfaction. When you're like me, you're from the Bronx, and you get a lawn, you start mowing your lawn, like, "Oh man, you're like a kid with candy," But I've lived in houses before where you have to cut your lawn, so I know how to do all those kind of things. But a person that doesn't and has never done it, it's exhilarating. So you're like, oh wow. And when it's your own home, it's even there. What part of the BS you from, John? And guys, if you guys can, whenever you get a shout out, whenever you get a chance, go to 12 Veils, Veils, and link up to her channel. We want to get those 1,000 subs. You're from Cortona. Yeah, but Cortona Avenue is far, bro. I remember I used to play Cortona Avenue because I used to live in 174th and Vice. So I used to play baseball in Cortona. My sister, her first apartment was in Park. It was in Park Avenue, right behind. I think it was baseball field number 5, where there's a highway. Right before you go up to go to Claremont. If you pass Cortona, not Park Avenue, Fulton Street. I'm sorry, Fulton. Oh, you're from 187 Cortona, all right. So you're like that. You're down towards the Bronx Zoo. You're like towards the Bronx Zoo. Let me see, 187, 174th. Yeah. Yeah, you got Cortona, then you got Longfellow. Dan L, so Dan L, you're saying that I'm a racist? My show needs more diversity, and you're producing too much toxic masculinity. You need to stop it, sir. How am I a racist? Bravo, how am I a racist? Please indulge me. Or should I do it like white people say? You know what? I have black friends. My neighbor's black. So that makes me so that doesn't make me a racist. How am I a racist? How is my show producing toxic masculinity? How is it? He said he called me sir, so it must be young or it must be, I don't know. But please, being that you already made that comment, I want you to indulge yourself. Or if you want to, I can give you a number, you can call in, and you can explain to me why you say I am a racist. Because I'm far from a racist. But hey, who knows? All right, John, you're going to sleep. Good night, bro. Dan L, you cannot say that and then just leave that behind. Speak your mind, bro. Even if you have to give me a 6-paragraph as to why is King Geo a racist. Why am I toxic? And my show is diversified. Just to give you, I talked about, let me see. I talked about human trafficking. I don't know how that's racist. I talk about how our history is just on white people. That's not racist. That's facts. I talk about cryptocurrency. I don't know how that's racist. What else we talked about? A little bit, but we had talked about bullying. White kids shouldn't be bullying. What we should do something about it. I don't see that racist. And how is my thing toxic masculinity? I don't know. And Dan L just decides to leave. I remember that Dan L from I forgot, but I think I know who that person is. Anyways, like I said, if I'm a racist, I'm not a racist because I have black friends. All right. The white thing to say is I have black friends, my neighbors are black, and how can I be a racist if my neighbors are black? Yeah. And I'm producing too much toxic masculinity. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Good comments, bad comments, I don't care, man. Comments are comments, right? So like I was saying before, for all you guys and girls who are here now new, I'm trying to take my show to a different area And like I said, I'm trying to get some guests here. I've contacted some publicists to see if their clients can be on my show. So I won't mention who it is because I have not been confirmed yet. Out of one of them, out of four publicists that I got in contact with, one of them wrote to me yesterday and they said they will pass it on to their client. So let's just hope, but I won't say who it is. Um, you guys, all the people these four artists that I've contacted, um, artists, but it could be actors, actresses, singers, whatever it can be. You guys are all familiar with. So we just see it's just a matter of waiting. You know, you gotta hustle, bro. You gotta hustle. You gotta keep on hustling. You gotta put out a good report and say to the people, I am a racist. Dan El Salam a racist. That I am producing too much toxic masculinity. Yeah, that's it. And then I need to stop it, he says, because I am too racist. But I told him I'm gonna be racist if I got my neighbors are racist. And I have a black dog. How can that be racist? Bro, don't know what to tell you, my friend. Don't know what to tell you. So watch my live tomorrow all the way up to Thursday because we got live coming up, and I'll keep you informed, guys, on what's going on. Yes, there's another the child tax credit is coming. The child credit is coming up, so I'm going to do a video on that too. So stay tuned, guys. And Danielle, thank you for your. You haven't been in my live in a while, and for you not being in my live in a while, and I know why you haven't been in my live for a while. I appreciate your comment. Okay, I really do. Thank you very much. Thank you. No comment, bad comments, good comments to me, they're the same. If they're great, if you give me a good comment, amen. If you bash me with a bad comment, amen too. Well, anyway, guys, thank you for watching my show. It's the King Geo Show. Thank you very much. Peace out. Yeah, don't think that just because I did this, not now people gonna see that all Geo's on a coat. Geo in a coat. Okay.